Okay, as we start the next video here, so we just looked at the three scenarios, and this is just kind of recap a few things. When units manufactured are greater than units sold, finished goods inventory increases because basically I made more than I sold, so I'm actually going to have some left on my shelf. Okay, and so this has to do with this could actually result in a change to my income from operations due to changes in inventory levels. Okay, so just understand I have, when units made are greater than units sold, I have leftover inventory. So let's take a look at Fran Manufacturing. He had no beginning inventory and he estimates sales to be 20,000 units of this unit at $75. And he assumes that sales will not change if I made more than 20,000. So the goal is he's not going to make more than 20,000 because I'm not going to sell anymore. Now, they're looking at two different proposals. The first proposal is this up here, 20,000 I'll make and 20,000 I'll sell. The second proposal is for 25,000. Now, and when we talk about how much I make and what I'm going to sell the same, that's not a real life scenario. They use it for textbook only. So just so you know, this is not a real life scenario. You don't always sell more than you make, or sometimes you don't have enough and you should have made more. So things will always be different. So let's take a look. So here's proposal number 1. This is when I make the same as I'm going to sell. And here are all my costs. And the reason I got $20 over here is because I took my fixed total cost divided by number of units that I plan on making and selling, and it's $20 each. Now here's proposal number 2. Now my fixed cost, if you notice, actually went down. Variable manufacturing costs will increase with the number of units increasing, but the fixed stays the same, but the per unit cost went down. So let's take a look at two production levels. So here's proposal number 1, and this is absorption costing first. We're going to look at that first. If I only do the 20,000 I sell and I make and sell 20,000, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to end up with $200,000 income from operations. However, if I propose that I'm going to actually make 25,000, but I'm only selling the 20,000, here's what actually happens. So really, I've got an income from operations has increased by $80,000, but I also have 5,000 units left over in stock for future sales. And it's the reason that $80,000 increase, it's because of the fixed manufacturing cost. Now remember, we were doing absorption costing on that. Okay, so I'm going to let you read this information down here. You know, I can read it to you, but you can read it also. Now this was absorption costing, remember that. Now we're going to look at variable costing. Under variable costing, my income from operations would have been $200,000 regardless how many units I actually made, because I don't have any fixed manufacturing costs allocated to the ones made. Okay, so let's take a look at my variable costing if I had made 20,000 units and 25,000. Okay, so regardless, what's happening here, and this is a little weird when we get down here, is if I sell 20,000 and I make 20,000, we know income from operations is going to be 200,000. But if I actually make 25,000 and only sell 20,000, I'm going to have leftover inventory, and this would be a scenario when units made exceed units sold, so my variable income would be less. It's only 200,000, whereas absorption would be 280. And then if I even looked at 30,000, it would still be the same. Okay, so these are three different production levels. So this is just food for thought. This is the end of this video, and we'll start another video shortly.